morning, everyone. Liam Catterson here with episode 2, season 2 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which is called Some Assembly Required, which is, funnily enough, an episode of Voltron was number 2 was called Some Assembly Required. Coincidences, you just gotta love them. Yeah, season 2 started off pretty strongly with the first episode when she was bad. That was really well done. Like I said, the way they touched on PTSD and the trauma of Buffy's death, it was just done really well, and I can't wait to see what this episode has on offer. So yeah, why don't we just get right into this. This is episode 2. Extended reaction will be up on Patreon. Let's go. Come on. Oh! Problem solved! Who needs a steak?
What do you mean he's just a kid? Does that mean I'm just a kid too?
Look, obviously I made a mistake coming here.
Jill can't be jealous of Xander. No.
Oh no, whoever was buried here didn't rise from this grave.
So we're not dealing with vampires. We're dealing... Wait.
She was dragged from it.
So we're dealing with... body snatchers. Ah.
A date, if you're amenable. You idiot!
Boy, I guess we never realized how much you like that chair.
I was just working on...
Your pickup lines?
In a manner of speaking, yes.
Then if you wouldn't mind
Very
Jean and
wooden
Roger,
pickup
you might
lines.
want to leave off the idiot part.
Oh, is he asking Miss Calendar out?
The dating mood.
It actually kind of turns me on.
I fear you. You also might want to avoid words too.
The tomato, fruit or vegetable?
I wanted to do something I could finish in a week,
Well,
right?
she's... Oh
Stop
God.
it! What are you doing? We are under fluorescent lights, for God's sake.
loves
I didn't think yearbook nerds came out of hibernation till spring.
Oh my
for my
God.
private collection. Eric, will you quit it?
Coming through. Sorry.
What's
sorry
his
to interrupt,
game?
Willow, but it's the bat signal.
This shouldn't take long. I'm probably the only girl in
wait,
school
what?
who has the coroner's office bookmarked as a favorite place.
Hi, sorry to interrupt your little undead play group, but I need to ask Willow. She'll help me with my science fair project.
It's a fruit.
What about
I think it is a fruit.
That would have brought back.
How was your neck?
Fine, except for being broken.
Hello, can we deal with my pain, please?
There.
It says that Meredith and 2 other girls in the... Because you did that sexy dance with him?
Am I ever gonna live that down? Nope. Anyway, he was being totally
Willow's
Love makes you do the wax.
gone all water under the
That's
bridge
the
with it.
truth.
You know, this might go a lot faster if you Fims actually picked up a shovel, too.
Here.
Sorry, but I'm an old-fashioned gal. I was raised to believe that men dig up the corpses and that women have the babies. So, speaking of the wacky,
Oh
what was
boy.
Cordelia's horrific?
I'm Cordelia if I hide it in the dustbin. Oh!
Cordelia, this is the last place I expected you to hang out.
Oh! Ah!
So both coffins are empty.
No,
That makes
that's
3 girls lined
grim.
up for the army of zombies.
Is it an army if you just have 3?
Yes, really. What student here is going to be that well versed in physiology?
I can
You
think of
never
5
know.
or 6 guys in the science club. And me.
So, Will, come clean. Promise to never do it again, and we'll call it a night. You joked.
Well, why don't you get these guys' locker numbers?
Not gonna lie, that is a pretty good
No,
joke from
I
Xander.
have to... I'm still fragile. Can you take me?
Wow.
Great, I'll drive.
Damn. Now that is a stake to the heart.
How about that? Be anybody's baby if we don't finish her soon.
I'm working on it.
So am I, friend. So am I.
That's why he was taking the images. And they're making a build your own girlfriend.
Any sign of our suspects?
Oh, you're going to the football game?
Yeah, you seem surprised.
No, I just assumed that you spent your evenings.
This could be your date.
Downloading
Football.
incantations and casting bones.
On game night, are you nuts? You're going too, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, you are.
Always do.
So we should just go together. Look, I could pick you up after school.
That went well, I think.
Good thing about Giles is this date's gonna last a whole year.
Do it. I mean, arresting the cell deterioration.
That was
is one
bad.
thing, but
Hello.
I want to get ahead.
there's an electrical current combined with an adrenaline boost.
The love.
You promised me, little brother, that I wouldn't be alone.
The body is perfect. And if we have it
Daryl!
tonight, she'll be ready by sunrise.
When you brought
And
me
they're
back,
building
you
a girlfriend for
promised you'd
him.
take care of me.
Oh!
I need brother.
He did really take the death hard.
Thank you.
Oh!
Show me.
That's... Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
This one.
A man of taste.
Oh, shit. Cordelia.
You would have been 19 next week.
Well, he might be getting a birthday present. A Franken gal. Put it down, because I know what's coming. I know what's coming. Yeah. He was lucky.
Alone.
Who are you talking?
Penny drops.
Oh my god.
You promised me! You promised! I want not to be alone!
It's not too late.
Oh my... Oh boy. He's gonna end up killing him, isn't he?
Nothing's changed.
Did you just say a date?
You noticed that, huh?
Hi, Miss Calendar. Hi, Giles. Hey, guys. What's up? Eric uses a bus.
See, she's in on the ship as well.
Computer equipment and a pornography collection so prodigious it even scared me.
Did Buffy get back yet?
No. Perhaps you should circulate nearer the field. See what you can find.
I feel so bad for Daryl in a sense. Ah, perfect timing as well. Yep.
In fact, you'll have the body of several.
Don't ruin the surprise for Cordelia. You wouldn't like it if you knew what your Christmas presents were on Christmas Eve.
You out of here.
No, I'm not done with her yet.
I'm not finished.
Oh boy. You just have to let the... No. Oh no. That's not... Yeah, and that flame... Pretty versatile for someone who's been stitched to other body. Oh! Bloody hell! Worst rescue ever! He's going in the fire.
No. Be together always. No. Mine.
It's kind of, that is painful. He's just gone for the sacrifice, and Chris has got to see him die.
The world is a giant game of musical chairs, and the music stopped, and we're the only ones who don't have a chair.
All the time.
Xander, I just wanted to thank you for saving my life.
Oh boy.
What you did in there was really brave and
This is
heroic,
gonna
and I
throw a
just wanted to
spanner
tell
in
you
the
if there's
Willow
anything I
Xander
could
ship.
ever do to...
Do you mind? We're talking here. So where were we?
Wondering why we never get dates.
Wow.
Yeah.
High school junior.
Are you fessing up?
I thought about it. Maybe
I
it
wouldn't have
bothers
thought
me.
Angel would be jealous of
I
Xander,
don't
but
love Xander.
Yeah, but he's in your life. He gets to be there when I can't. Take your classes, eat your meals,
Angel.
your jokes and complaints. He gets to see you in the sunlight.
I don't look that good in dark.
The more we see these two, you can now. The more I see of these two, though, the more I just love their ship so freaking much. Ay, ay, ay. They deserve each other, though. They are a really, really good pairing. Yeah, it's so funny, though. Like, I don't know why, but like, I don't usually see, I would never think that that Angel would be jealous of Xander, but he's got his points. He's living the life that Angel can't, which is really heartbreaking. So yeah, another good episode. It wasn't as great as the first episode was by any means, but it was still pretty investing to watch, and I still really enjoyed it. It was pretty depressing as well, though, all throughout, because I think apart from a few funny quotes and the Jenny Giles bit, it was a pretty tense and emotional episode, especially with how we dealt with how we dealt with Eric, well, not Eric, Chris's situation, and his brother, and it was pretty heartbreaking. Yeah, it was pretty fun, though, to go into this episode, like, plot wise, with the body snatching and how you just felt for Chris, and the only person you didn't really feel bad for was Eric, because Eric was the person who took it too far. But Chris, he had such well, this is a really insensitive word to say, but he had an undying love for his brother. But as Buffy said, love can make you do crazy things, and lo and behold, he came back, and even Daryl said that it was a mistake for him to be brought back, and this is true. Like, death is very it's very hard to consume, and it can differ to different people. I mean, we saw how this affected Chris and his mother, and it's even worse with the fact that he died at such a young age, like where we use the term about no mother should have to bury their own child. So yeah, and it is heartbreaking to see how that love that Chris had for his brother forced him to well, it did force him, because he could not cope with this. And I think the thing is, it was heartbreaking because like, whilst it wasn't right that they decided to bring him back from the dead, rather than letting him rest in peace, which I liked the last shot, because it means now that Daryl can rest in peace. It was pretty heartbreaking. Chris and his mother, like, had heartbreaking ways, like, they both struggled through this, and their struggle with Daryl's death was extreme, but was also portrayed in different ways. You saw Chris's mother watching clips of Daryl over and over again, and we obviously saw what Chris did in order to cope. Well, in order to try and ease the pain or something like that, by bringing him back. The problem is, for Daryl, though, he was all alone, so that creates another heartbreaking case in the part of building someone for that companionship, because he was all alone, and there would be that debate about no girl alive would date, I guess, a Frankenstein like him. So it was pretty heartbreaking. But I did like that twist, though, because I was a bit worried that this episode would be a bit controversial, because we were led to assume at first that Chris and Eric were building a build your own girlfriend, a perfect girl situation. And this could have, like, the debate of the perfect girl is subjective anyways, and yeah, but also it could have been really controversial to the point where it goes into that men see women as objects debate with the different parts and all of that. So yeah, but it turns out that the reason why they were building a girl was for that companionship, because poor Daryl was lonely. And that's the thing, though, that this is the thing you have to take in consideration. Is it really a life for Daryl? Because we saw him when he was is it the bleachers they're called? I'm not well, I'm not a sports person, and I guess I'm not American or whatever, but when we saw Daryl in the outside, because every other scene we've seen him in, he was in the building, he was forced to be shadowed, and that's why he needed the girl, his own girlfriend, because he was pretty lonely, and it's pretty heartbreaking. It's not like he wanted to cause chaos or whatever, he just wanted to have normality, but he could not have that normality. We saw him reflecting on football. Like, apart from having that companionship, like that normal love companionship that humans do have anyways, the only other thing, well, as well as family as well, yeah, but the only other thing that he really loved, as far as we could tell, was football. And we saw how sad he became because he could not participate in football. And with him seeing that and knowing he can't do this because people will freak out and all of that, as well as him having to be hidden from public life, it creates that bait. Am I really alive if I can't have the life of a human being? So it is pretty heartbreaking to go into Daryl's story, because, yeah, like, he can't have that life that he had before, and it just sucks. So yeah, but yeah, it was really good to go into this story, because it was pretty heartbreaking for all of, I don't think they've established a family name, but it was pretty heartbreaking for Chris's family. So yeah, all in different areas. Like you said, Chris's mother tried to deal with the loss of her son by watching clips of him, and we saw Chris take to the extreme by bringing him back because he wanted him alive. And then we got Daryl, who just didn't want to be alive, and like I said, has to live this life in the shadows. So it is pretty heartbreaking for this family. And then we had Eric, who I feel like, I don't know where to stand about him. I wasn't really impressed with his character. I thought he was just a character that had to make things a bit more complicated, had to have that venom to kind of justify some kind of evil in this episode. Because, like I said, bringing Daryl back was a wrong move to make, but you have to add this layer of story in, like, why did you bring him back? I miss him so much and all of that. So we have to have some layer, or we have to have someone who is a piece of shit, and that's Eric. So yeah, Eric was the one who was wanting to break the rules and all of that to achieve the goal in creating a perfect female for Daryl. So nobody would scream at him and all of that. So yeah, because Because, like I said, that's the thing. I doubt there's going to be that mindset no alive girl, should I say, is going to want to date me, going to want to date someone who's been brought back from the dead and looks like this and all of that. So that is pretty heartbreaking. So yeah. But yeah, it was pretty great to watch other areas as well, like Giles and Miss Calendar finally getting it on. Gotta love the fact that Miss Calendar was the one to or Jenny as she's called, she was the one to further the relation. Well, I wouldn't say it's a relationship yet, but she was the one to further things forward because Giles was stuck, and you felt so bad for him. You wanted to give him a hug, but Giles wanted to know. I wonder, like, if this is his first proper relationship, because it seems like it is with how nervous he is. But it was still pretty good to see Giles and Miss Calendar finally, well, become a thing and all of that. I have shipped it since day one. Here we go. So yeah, and I really loved seeing them two hook up, as well as it seems like Willow and Xander are being teased more, it looks like, because we had that near kiss in episode 1. Even though I said my comments about Xander might be potentially distracted now that Buffy's back, his interest in Willow might deteriorate. But it seems like that's being teased when they had that talk, and I thought, oh, Cordelia's going to pull Xander away from this potential ship. So yay, because Xander saved her. But Xander completely blowing her off. So yeah, that was a complete surprise for me. And like I said, I was a bit surprised that Angel initially showed concern and jealousy that Buffy had some attraction to Xander, but I really loved that talk in the end when when Angel explained why he feels this way, because he cannot have it. It's that life like Daryl. He cannot have the life that he wants. He cannot see Buffy in the daylight. It's always the nighttime for Angel and Buffy, and it's just it does really suck, because it makes you ask, can I really pull off this relationship if there's these limitations, because I'm a vampire? So yeah, I could really do with my soul returned right now, just saying, because then we can not have this worry anymore. But that's the thing, because he even said he sees you in the sunlight, and I thought that was a really heartbreaking quote there, because it is heartbreaking. This relationship, it can work. It's still possible, but it's testing. It's testing because there are these limitations. So yeah, I like Cordelia's involvement as well. Yeah, like, I'm liking the fact that Cordelia is getting more involved with this group as well, so I really am enjoying Cordelia's involvement. Still, like I said though, and I think water is wet when I say this, she's not going to change, like, with that bitchiness about who she is and all of that, but I am sensing that she is becoming more open with the group. She's becoming more whereas we go back to the first half of Buffy, complete distance whatsoever. But then again, she was not in the known about Buffy's slaying duties and all of that. But now she is. It's great to see how involved she is and how she's willing to talk. Like, she's not completely ignoring Buffy and co. So yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Like, that she's not completely ignoring them, and she's being cooperative with them. But she's still gonna put on her the classic Cordelia and all of that, and I don't think that's going to change. But I think she's going to be more of a character that we're going to enjoy seeing and all of that. And lo and behold, so yeah. But yeah, this was a pretty good episode to go through. It wasn't as great as the first episode or the last couple of episodes if you're gonna include season 1 to the mix and all of that, but it was pretty great stuff, and it was pretty sad. It was pretty sad for the most part. So yeah, because there were some sad themes introduced into this, and yeah, like you said, you can't fault Chris whatsoever, and you can't fault Daryl. Eric, though, toss him in the lava. He seems like a piece of, and he's like a freak. So yeah, but yeah, it was really good stuff. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check. Why do I screw up on these outros these days? You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!